Before we get into it, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Why Facebook has been failing.
Facebook stock prices.
I know why Facebook has been failing. It's because they lost the Zoomers. Right? Facebook was only cool until everyone's parents started signing up and adding them and stalking them. Then no one wanted to share anything more on Facebook. And then it just became gradually more and more Zoomer. And then the conspiracy theories people showed up.
Has fallen by over 50% in only 7 months.
Wow, wait, that's a sharp decline right now.
Going on? Well, let's begin by looking at the day on which this price decline began. The 2nd of February 2022.
And I got fired because of my FB. Tell us more.
Parent company of Facebook and Instagram lost $230 billion of value in less than 24 hours.
2nd
Just
February
to give you an
incident.
idea about how much money $230 billion is, the total GDP of New Zealand, being the value of every single product or service produced by the entire country for the whole year, was only $210 billion, which is less than what Facebook lost in a day. So what went wrong on this fateful day in February when Meta set the record for the highest one-day value decline in stock market history? To put it simply, this was the day on which Facebook revealed to the public that both their site...
Yeah, it is a good point. It's just that it's a 26% decline in the stock. It's not quite the same as $250 billion blowing up. Because those $250 billion never quite existed in the first place.
Usage and revenue has been declining. Shown on screen is a graph displaying the amount of daily active Facebook users over the last 10
existed
years.
in the sense
For
of
every quarter besides the first 3 months of the pandemic, growth in the Facebook user base was almost strangely consistent. However, if we take a look at late 2021, for the first time in the website's history, user growth flattened off substantially. When looking at the graph for monthly Facebook users as opposed to daily Facebook users, the data is similar. Only 0.1% growth from October to January, 0.8% from January to April, and then even a decline of 0.07% from April to July. Surprisingly, or perhaps unsurprisingly, Instagram follows a similar trend to Facebook. Nothing but growth from 2015 until 2021, at which point stagnation hits. Why? Well, the first reason behind Facebook and Instagram's user growth stagnation is somewhat of an impressive...
I don't understand why he bothers so much still, but I guess that's just the way he is. Just go on an island somewhere and live instead of...
problem. They're battling with human population limits and have run out of new countries to expand.
He's greedy. I don't think it's greed at that point. It's like
3 billion log into Facebook at least.
He wants to change the world or whatever.
5 billion people that don't use the service regularly. Of these 5 billion remaining, 1.7 billion live in countries such as China, Iran, and Russia, where Facebook and Instagram have been banned by the government, leaving only 3.3 billion who aren't using the service. According to an article written by the New York Times, another 3 billion do not use the internet at home or on their phones, and in some of the world's most populated countries, including Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Nigeria, a majority of people are not online. If you then factor in another 15%,
they have not felt like being on a computer
under the age of 10, making them too young to use social media at all, then pile on the hordes of people who have made a deliberate effort to boycott social media altogether, Facebook and Instagram's problem becomes obvious. They're running out of humans. In an article written by Time titled Inside Facebook's Plan to Wire the World, it explains how Zuckerberg is working to literally...
We need to harvest more.
Provide the entire third world with the internet because it's now the only way that Meta can reach new people. Connecting the entire world wouldn't actually literally be possible unless everybody in the world were on the internet. So Zuckerberg has decided to make sure everybody is. This sounds like the kind of thing you say you're gonna do but never actually do, but Zuckerberg is doing it. He is in Chandali today on a campaign to make sure that actually literally every single human being on Earth has an internet connection.
We really want to get the next billion people online. And if we can play a role, then that's something that I personally care a lot about.
Is it selfish for Zuckerberg to connect the entire world to the internet just so he can get more people onto Facebook and Instagram? Or is it a win-win situation for everyone? That's an ethical conundrum for you.
I think it's sort of win-win if I have to make a stance. I understand he has his own agenda with it, but I mean, they're getting free Wi-Fi. Very nice
to consider. However, this might not even be the main problem, as Meta isn't only running out of new people to introduce the services to, but those who are currently active on the services are departing in droves. Somewhat hilariously, Facebook has lost 1% or 30 million of its users to that pesky little thing known as death, and with
only Facebook. Wait, they want to offer just free Facebook internet, but nothing else?
Facebook's user base being over the age of 55,
that's kind of twisted.
This number will inevitably increase as time progresses. Yet Facebook should probably be less worried about the boomers.
That's some kind of weird ass reverse school lock type of computer. Imagine, chat. Yes, you have internet, but the only thing you can do... How much money to only ever be able to be on Facebook for the rest of your life? Let's just in a hypothetical world where Facebook lasts forever. Whoosh! You can't do anything else. You want to watch streams? You have to go to Facebook Gaming to watch the streams. You want to play games? Enjoy Farmville or whatever they're called these days. You want to talk to anyone? You better hope, you know, they're going to reply on DMs.
A little more concerned about
where I masturbate? I don't know, actually. What's like the equivalent of the hot tub section of Facebook? Do they have one? Captain 157 46 months, and Castrol 26 months. Arsenal's at the top of the league. Blimey.
As Facebook's biggest loss in user count stems from the younger generation. Back in 2018, Facebook demographics began to follow a very interesting trend.
That's crazy.
There was an increase in users from the older generation, little change from those in their middle age, and a pretty substantial loss in users from those under the age of 25.
Damn.
1 year later in 2019, another piece of data was published supporting a
Yeah, but it's because the younger kids aren't going to sign up, and these kids are getting older as well, right?
1 year later in 2019,
and that's pretty
another
obvious,
piece of data was published supporting a similar trend, only to a more severe degree. There was a slight increase from the oldies, barely any change for the middle-aged crowd, and again a massive 17% decline in only 2 years for those using Facebook under the age of 34. After seeing this data, it's no surprise that Facebook has also earned the title of a social media's retirement home. It's definitely developed a reputation as a platform mainly used by the older generation. The problem with this is that the younger generation wants to use whichever social media app their friends are on, as opposed to the app that their grandma is on. This might also account for why it's become such a trend for young people to hate on Facebook. Who the hell uses Facebook anymore is without a doubt something you've heard from a friend or your favorite large influencer, and it seems as though this—
The only thing is, with Facebook, how do you organize events with your friends without Facebook? How do people even do that anymore in 2022? Because that's still the only... I'd like, and for communication, I still have to use it. I don't know what else do you do. Discord? I do not have. WhatsApp? People make like massive, people like massive group combos in WhatsApp, right? That's pretty useful. But that's still not events though. Yeah, because the two things I use Facebook for is number one, just group chats. Everyone's on Facebook, so it's easy to do group chats there because you just have everyone. I didn't ask. WhatsApp is Facebook. What does that mean? I don't have enough friends for massive events. But yeah, organizing events is just pretty neat with Facebook. You just say, hey, we're going to have a Halloween party on December 31st. Who wants to come?
Is doing serious damage to the platform, as when looking at the most recent data for how many youngsters are using the platform in 2022.
Hey, I reported on this on Nymn's News Network. I am a noteworthy newsman.
The numbers begin to get scary. When US teens were surveyed in 2014 to 2015, 71% said that they used Facebook at all. However, over the last 7 years, this number has more than halved to only 32% recently, representing the biggest decline out of any social media platform.
95% dominating.
And when looking a little closer at the graph displayed on screen, the reason becomes pretty damn obvious. Competition. Teens just don't find value in Facebook anymore. There are now well over 5 strongly positioned social media platforms to endlessly scroll through, and it isn't sustainable for our minds to compartmentalize nor prioritize our relationship with all of them. For the sake of time and sanity, people have to eliminate platforms that begin to lack a value-add incentive. Facebook, which teens often associate with their parents, has little to offer Gen Z. Zuckerberg himself even echoed this sentiment. When Meta's stock price began to decline 7 months ago, he stated that they were facing unprecedented levels of competition and that people have a lot of choices for how they want to spend their time, and apps like TikTok are growing very quickly. Going back to the data, we can see— I was going through my Facebook feed and it's so dead, probably because everyone else I have on my Facebook has moved on. So it's all just ads. Hardware ad, Wrath of the Lich King ad, IGN ad, a couple of posts from like someone you barely know liked something of someone you don't know. Alice in Wonderland, Reels, something about Daft Punk. See that the Gen Z Big Four social media platforms are Snapchat at number 4,
Rogan,
Instagram at number 3,
news.
TikTok at number 2, and YouTube way out in front with over 95% of US teens using it. When examining each of these Big Four platforms,
like your stream.
the value they add or the edge that they have is obvious. YouTube long-form video, TikTok short-form video, Instagram images and photography, Snapchat photo messaging. Even Twitter has a discernible edge.
But Instagram is trying to become TikTok now.
Platform for those who want to follow politics and the celebrity world. However, when looking at Facebook, the value it adds or the edge that it has isn't all that obvious. The general vibe that Facebook gives is that it's a watered down, weaker version of the 4 most popular apps combined, and it's diversified to the point where rather than being strong in one area, it's just kind of weak in all areas. When Facebook's stock price began to decline 7 months ago, Zuckerberg announced that their focus was going to be on short form video, but it's obvious that the Facebook algorithm is poor in comparison to YouTube and TikTok, and what's the point in going on Facebook to see your friends' photos when they're posted to Instagram anyway? Facebook definitely has a bit of an edge with Messenger, but this is still in very close competition with Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and good old-fashioned text message. Perhaps this is also why Zuckerberg has started to put his focus and $10 billion into creating the metaverse. He understands that Facebook's edge lies in providing the best circumstances for online social interaction.
Is that Moon on the right?
Zuckerberg can pull it off in a way that's interesting, accessible to everyone, and not cringy. It sounds like a pretty cool concept despite the online metaverse hate train. Additionally, the metaverse is theoretically a product that will appeal to the younger audience who are departing Facebook in droves.
The problem is just you're gonna have to make everyone buy a VR headset, and that just seems like such a massive step for a lot of people to take. That's like such a dedication, or like such a, you know? Installing your app on a whim is one thing, but going out of your way and like buying a VR headset, I don't know how they're gonna make people do it. It's cheap, it doesn't matter. As long as it's a thing, it could be $10. If there was a platform where you had to go out of your way to buy a $10 thing, that would still make you so much less likely to do it.
In droves. In an article written by Forbes, this was highlighted as the main
I would rather give Slicker money.
reason behind the metaverse's development. If it wants an app to win back young people, it will need to build it itself. And Zuckerberg seems to feel a VR-centered metaverse will do this. We're retooling our team to make young adults our North Star, he said on last week's Wall Street conference call. The other thing that Zuckerberg seems to have going for him is that, as highlighted by the previous data, it seems as though many of Facebook's young former users are simply migrating to his other product, Instagram, which is clearly not in the same dire straits that Facebook is in. However, it's not like Instagram hasn't been without complaints recently. What the hell is going on with the new Instagram update, May 2022? Why has Instagram changed? The app looks different and users hate it.
Isn't this just every clickbaity news article ever whenever any website changes their UI, to be fair? There haven't been websites that like they update their look and people are like, thanks, I love this new update, everything looks better. I'm like, no, you move this button 3 pixels to the left, I can't.
June 2022. Why is everyone
They'd
saying
really
Instagram
jumped the shark on that one?
And what's TikTok got to do with it?
Changed a lot.
July 2022. All of these articles touch on the exact same current complaint about Instagram. It's drifting away from its roots in an attempt to become TikTok. It used to be a place for pictures of food, travel, maybe short videos in stories. Like Facebook, your Instagram feed was mostly filled with people you know, or brands or influencers you chose to follow.
Let me see.
That's all changed now though. It seems Instagram is trying to be TikTok. As a result of these
video? No, sorry. Picture? Oh, here's a video. It's Bam Margera.
So much for over a year of war. We've been through thick and thin together, and without her.
Okay, and then there's an ad, a picture of Shroud, picture of Asmongold wearing cat ears, a sponsor, picture of Pokey, picture. I don't have that much TikTok stuff. Pictures, some ads. Hikaru uploaded some video of chess.
It's not the move. That's still not.
But yeah, I guess people are uploading videos a lot more these days on Instagram than just posting a picture, huh? Yo, thank you too. Reigns with the 15 months, Japu 90 with the 18 months, De Postura with 38 months, and Baldesh Bolle with the 16 months says -80 lul e. And then in parentheses, troll despair.
drastic changes to the platform, Kendall Jenner and Kim Kardashian would both post a story for their combined
Kim Kardashian is 41
6 million
and
Instagram followers stating, "Make Instagram Instagram again. Stop trying to be TikTok. I just want to see cute photos of my friends. Sincerely, everyone." However, it's not like celebrities have been the only ones to notice such changes. If I really wanted another TikTok on my phone, I would have downloaded TikTok. What's up with the Instagram feed? Y'all are supposed to be competing, not copying.
Lamau!
This new Instagram immersive feed has got to be one of the worst updates to
I got your
an app
video
I
here
have
still.
ever seen, LOL. In a split second, my Instagram turned into TikTok, with my mostly photography feed turning into video. I love TikTok for what it is, but this is bullshit. They've ruined Instagram. What's even funnier is that despite making all of
we're gonna get around to SpongeBob, okay? Don't crying like a little baby isn't gonna make it happen sooner.
these changes, an article published this month by the Wall Street Journal outlined that Instagram is still nowhere near competing with TikTok. The article stated, Instagram users cumulatively are spending 17.6 million hours a day watching Reels, less than 1/10 of the 197.8 million hours TikTok users spend each day on that platform. Reels engagement had been falling, down 13.6% over the previous 4 weeks, and that most Reels users have no engagement whatsoever. When referring back to Instagram's quarterly revenue chart, these negative changes seem to reflect in the flatline seen over the last 12 months. Is Instagram running into the same problem as Facebook, trying to compete with everything whilst losing their edge in the process?
I wonder what the next big thing is going to be like after TikTok. Hello, Yabe. What flavor popcorn you got? It's got to be something, you know? There's always something new at the end.